Hello everyone, welcome to our channel once again. So today we are again with Dr. Anil for another topic which is about pain, hurt and suffering. So welcome Dr. Anil, thanks for coming
Thank you so much for having me here.
To my channel. And I have another question from my subscriber, and this time he was asking that why I am if someone says something to me, I feel pain inside, I feel hurt, and then I keep suffering about that for very long. So I want to understand, and I want to understand for my subscribers as well, that how people have hurt, pain and suffering, or what is the difference in pain and suffering, and then we will talk about more about how what they can do to overcome it. So initially, like first, if you just explain what is pain, how pain is different than suffering.
Pain is on the physical level, it is the sensory sensation which are coming from the part which is injured or affected because of referred pain from the internal organs.
Okay.
And then you do have a deep-rooted mental and emotional discomfort, which if entertained for a long time, can be called as suffering.
Okay.
So when I say entertainment means you are engaging in that thought for a long time to become it, for it to become a part of your daily expression of emotions.
So that means they are continuously thinking about it, or something more than that.
Again, all that is related to more of a thought process.
Okay.
So continuously sitting on a thought,
thinking about
and
it,
attracting more thoughts of that sort,
right,
will affect and become what people call suffering.
Because you mentioned about physical suffering. So basically, generally what happens, I've seen most of the people, if they are not well, any health ailment or anything happens, they will call their friends, they'll call their family will come and ask about them, how are you feeling? So it's again, I think, again and again, they are the same conversation they are having, and they are kind of building up the same dialogue again and again.
Yes, it is. You can easily say if you entertain the thought and put your energy in that.
Right.
Because wherever your attention is, the energy goes there.
Yeah.
And that will be reflected in one way or the other in your physical, emotional and mental expressions of life.
So in a way, even by talking about that again and again, or thinking about that again and again, you are attracting more of those thoughts, and then it is a ripple effect that it is going to give you more stress, more kind of pain.
Again, it is how we have trained our mind.
Okay.
Because everything is thought. The pain starts as a thought, and if you really look at it, if you have a simple pain and when you sleep, you don't feel pain, and you don't get up in the morning and say, okay, I had pain all night long.
Right, you still sleep for a while.
Then in the morning you pick it up again because you start to think about it.
Because you're putting your focus there.
Focus there, your thought there.
Yeah.
So if you restrain your thoughts of engaging into that painful expression, you can involve yourself in a good conversation with a family member, and you will see the difference between the intensity of pain changes.
Right, right.
Or if you watch a show which is entertaining to you, and you're excited about it, you don't feel that similar discomfort. It changes its
for some time while you are watching. It goes it reduces.
Changes its expression into your life.
So in a way, again, whichever emotion you pay attention, if you're paying to the happy moment, you're
right. And you touched a right point, that if you're going to talk about pain
Hmm.
to all your relatives, all your friends, and
Yeah.
where you say, oh, this is happening this way, this is happening, then you are attracting those type of thoughts, and they are going to stay.
Yeah.
And the moment you start to get out of that thought process,
Right.
it changes. So in one way, pain is there, but pain is not going to become a long-term suffering if you stay away from the process of throwing your energy at it all the time.
Or discussing the same thing again and again.
Yeah, it's a good thing for anybody to do is not to entertain those thoughts,
Right.
but get in the way of saying, talk about some good things.
Yeah. So you mentioned about the physical pain. Does it has the same effect on emotional hurt if someone says someone to, like, people, I have seen people even in my own family, I've seen people who will remember someone said 5 years back, 10 years back, they remember that, oh, on that wedding someone said me that bad thing, someone, and this is very normal, I've seen.
See, the interesting thing in this is every thought when it comes, at the level when it comes back to you, when you think of something happened in the past,
Yeah.
it's still a thought. But,
Right.
but then people try to bring it and make it a speech.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit time for the thought to become a speech expression. So if you just cut that phase out of it, if a thought comes to you, okay, my sister said something to me when
Yeah.
few years ago and I wasn't happy about it. That thought again came,
And there are,
but then you restrain yourself for making it a speech or telling or confronting the other person again, because when you are confronting somebody or talking about it, you are putting all your attention to it. So
but that
energy,
same person might have said 100 other good things, but our mind is, we only focus or we only remember someone's bad thing or someone thing which we got hurt, and that is kind of stays with us for very long. So this,
that is true. That is very true, because we have gotten into the habit of programming our mind that if I am going through my day and I really enjoyed my day, whole day, and then in the end I evaluate and I say only 3 things didn't go my way, and there were 200 things went my way, I never pick up a phone and call 200 people that, oh, I was so excited, that whole day was
very good.
very good for me. Or, in a way, most of us will start complaining about those 3 things.
Yeah, 3 things or 1
which
thing.
have not really a strong meaning in life, but still we are in a habit, or you can call it programming we have done to ourselves, which can be easily changed.
Because the good things
By
we take for granted.
By just becoming conscious of the fact that you want to talk about the things you want in life. So if I want things to come the way I want them to come, then I should be talking about that 190 things, not about those 3 things or 5 things which didn't go my way. So it's basically a mindset, a mental attitude, our own expression of thought in the form of a speech.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more involved in this, but it is a slow process. But I think most of the people, if they just focus on what they want to talk about, changes everything for them.
So again, we have discussed it few times. It's everything starts from the mind, from the thought, and especially this is such a topic which every one of us might have felt at some point of time, the pain, and then I'm suffering because someone has hurt me or someone said something which may not be a relevant thing now, but because I'm dwelling on it again and again, and pain and suffering has damaged a lot of things. People own health, relationship, at workplace. People have suffered a lot, and it's either they are frustrated with that or they are, it's really, really very, important for many people.
That is true. And most of the time, if you evaluate that thought which gave you emotional discomfort in the beginning, wasn't that important in life.
That was not important,
So I think if we just take our own focus on a thing, everything changes for us.
Yeah, no, this is very, very helpful. I would ask you now, how would you suggest what people should do in order to manage? I'll say that definitely it can't be happening that people say something. Yes, we will get hurt at some point of time, momentarily, or 1 minute, 2 minutes. But then, how we should cut that cord, that pain or hurt should not become a suffering, or a long term we are not attached with that. What can they do? What can be done?
I think initially the attitude of mind has to be adjusted.
Okay.
Adjusted in a way to be more tolerant. Especially
Okay.
if you think this way, okay, if you just look at tolerance and you say, okay, I'm going to be very tolerant to what my loved ones are saying to me.
Okay.
They have their own opinion or they have their own situation going on in life. So if they say something wrong to me, I'm actually going to ignore it
Right.
as long as it is really important.
Okay.
So that from the very beginning does not implant that seed
Yeah.
of pain or emotional discomfort.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have two things going on. At the face, they are going to say, oh, okay, that's fine. But inside, they are very, very bitter about this
I
situation.
was just thinking about that. I said, if you are saying that we have to be tolerant, it's very easy to say, but difficult to practice for people, because I would say if there are 10 family members or at my workplace, why I need to be tolerant for what everyone is saying? Why I cannot, I'm not hurting anyone. Why
Right.
others are hurting me?
Right.
So it's a bit
So
difficult to kind of.
basically, again, you have to know one thing,
Yes.
that in all of this process, you are actually trying to heal yourself from
That's
the pain
true.
and
That's
suffering.
true. That's
you
true.
are not running after those
Yeah.
10 people
Right,
to
right.
heal
So
themselves
this
of
is
anything.
important, because you are going to be tolerant, or you should be tolerant for your own
Own benefit,
benefit.
own self
Yes.
uh, reluctance to accept that pain, and
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
going to eventually become suffering
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
chronic ailment in your life.
Right.
And that also affect your physical
Okay.
health.
No, then that is very important. Like if people are tolerant, or to anyone, other person is saying, because if we understand that that's for our own benefit, then everyone will do. If I'm being tolerant, then I will feel that why I should be tolerant
Right,
to
right,
someone.
right.
Yes. Any other suggestion on this, and what else
But-
they can do?
But in a normal way, the way our society has been, it's not that easy sometimes
Yeah,
to realize at that
Yes.
time. But that's not a problem. Problem is very simple. If you take your
Yes.
conscious effort,
Yeah.
consciously you make a decision that I am going to be tolerant to my loved ones. They've been with me forever, or my co-workers. We've been
Yes.
working together. If at one day somebody says something wrong to me, I'm better off ignoring it than entertaining it for years
No,
and
that's
living
true.
with that
Yeah.
to really hurt my own
Yeah.
self.
No, that's true. If you feel that it's for your own benefit, you will do. But still, there will be sometimes you get a situation that if your elders say something, you will still accept it. But if your youngers are saying maybe rude to you, or saying something which you can't, which is giving you a hurt feeling, then sometimes it comes that why we have to. So, but again, it has to be your own personal for betterment.
Right. So that can be explained with the giving significance to a thing which is happening in your life. So if you give significance to a thing that my younger brother or my younger friends or those, they should be listening to me.
Yes. That is what our society has taught us from beginning.
Or you take a stand that they are entitled for their opinion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everyone is entitled.
Then your behavior is also different in accepting
Absolutely,
that stimulus,
absolutely. Yeah.
which is going to cause pain or discomfort in the long term.
So
It's a game you have to play with you,
Yeah.
and it's not that you have to win today.
yes,
If you start planning that, okay, I'm going to be tolerant,
yes.
you will become tolerant.
Yeah, may not be immediately. Maybe after few tries, you will be. Any other suggestion which they can do beside being being tolerant on what others are saying? Any other practice they can do which can help them to be? Yes, they've got the hurt, but they are not letting that hurt go to become a suffering.
Well, the good practice which goes with it is, again, we discussed before,
Yes.
is a 15 minutes of giving time to your own self.
Right.
To
understand.
evaluate how
Yes.
your day was, how your relations are, whatever you want to contemplate and evaluate, give yourself that 15 minutes, relax, close your eyes, find a place which nobody's going to disturb you for
Yeah.
15 minutes.
To be mindful of, and then
And that will give you a lot of effort. If you consistently put that 15 minutes,
yes,
that is actually going to save you a lot of trouble in life.
yes, that's true.
Not only as far as any deep rooted suffering or pain or anger or greed even.
Right.
You can really put attention to your own self and improve your health,
Yeah.
emotional, mental and
Yeah.
physical health,
I think
just by putting that 15 minutes.
Absolutely. I think ultimately all these things are taking us to how important it is to be consciously living, and how important it is to be mindful of what we are saying, what we are doing, what we are, what people are around us, and of course the 15 minutes sitting with yourself, meditation, and that we know how beneficial meditation is.
It is if right now maybe a lot of people talk about meditation, they don't like the word meditation.
Yeah.
There are a lot of benefits written outside,
There have been
but on a
research
personal level,
actually. Yes.
on a
Okay.
personal
Yes.
level, I have experienced a lot
have.
of good
Yes.
things out of it.
Yes.
So I think that will be the one recommendation for everyone, to just give yourself 15 minutes, try it for a month or two,
Yeah.
see if it works for you.
Yeah. And I think meditation is one thing which you may read hundreds of books. You cannot see the benefit until and unless you practice. As simple as
actually,
that. Yeah.
It's not what you learn in the books.
Yeah.
It's a physical experience or
Yes.
mental experience or emotional experience
Yeah.
which guides you to believe in the meditation. So you can read as many books you want.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe in the benefit of those
Until and unless you
until
practice
you
yourself.
physically,
Yes.
mentally, emotionally experience it. And
Experience.
it's a beautiful experience. If you put 15, 20 minutes to yourself. And
That's great. Yeah. Thank you so
That should
much.
help you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anil, for joining us today for this wonderful topic, which I know many people have asked me, and I know many people will be benefited by your talk. And we will meet you definitely in the next topic, next episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.